All right. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Traveling with Jinx. Got another awesome day today. Running my coyote line, and we caught a fox today. And my little buddy here, SJ, he caught that with me, didn't you, SJ?
Yeah.
And really a pretty fox, isn't it? What do you think? We're getting ready to release him, so I put my catch pole on him. And we thought we'd video the release for you guys. You're alright, dude. I'm not gonna hurt you. I think he's looked pretty good. Now don't you go running off of my pole. Okay guys, I wanted to share with you this new property I'm working on. Sometimes when you work in new properties, it can be a little challenging and fun at the same time. But I want to show you something I'm kind of working on right now, and we'll just kind of go from there. So there's a nice creek system that comes down through here. I look down here at this pond on the other side, and the coyotes are kind of coming around that. And I like this nice long fence line, and you can see there's a really good cattle trail that goes a long ways that direction, and they run these cattle trails, and it kind of makes a turn and it goes over the hill there, so you know that anything coming and going is going to come around this corner and go this direction. So I've got two different travel ways, is what we call those. And I always like to look when I get off the four-wheeler, and I see what's traveling down the trail. And I'm not seeing a lot of coyote tracks. If you can see that, I know the lighting's not good, that's a coyote track. So there's not a lot of traffic. There's some coons running down it too. But I always want to make sure that there's coyotes running it. Otherwise, I'm basically just running traps for nothing. So where these cedars kind of connect, there's a little trail, a faint trail coming down through here, and we're going to set that trap probably right about here where they just kind of make the turn. I'm going to do a trail set on that, probably one of my more effective sets, and we'll keep checking it, see if we got something bouncing in the morning. Well, I took you to a location here. It's kind of been panning out pretty good for me. I have 3 sets here on the top side, and I got 3 down the bottom, and we'll have mixed reviews about this coyote. He's got a big rub on his back, but this was set on a blind set that just kind of goes down to that carcass. And I started on Thanksgiving of this year. It's now about the 5th of January. And this is my 30th coyote. So I've got 10 more till I hit 40. And I'm just now getting a good line out. And I'm pretty proud of hitting those numbers. So it's 21 was my personal best. I've surpassed that. I did double what I did last year just about. And, you know, pretty excited to harvest this coyote here. And well, another nice crisp morning. Thought I'd share with you my catches as usual. I've got my fence line here that I like to run the winter months. And cabling is king in January because the coyotes, they're in season or in heat. And it just kind of started like the last week or so. I noticed there was some scat that had some blood in it the other day. And I had a female that had been chewed on the back end. Now, I have no idea where they get all this brush at. He just kind of been chewing on this stuff over here. But, not a bad looking dog. But somehow they always find this brush on the side. So, It's still a legal set in my state. There's no entanglements. And he's just gonna lay down now. I had to chew out yesterday, so that was interesting. But we got this coyote here transitioning through the fields, and I get that dispatch and move on down the line. Well, gonna work another property. It's a nice big pond here. Love it. Love these crossovers. You see the crossover that goes from here to here. Usually raccoons doing that. And I was just kind of coming through here, and you know, you see stuff and it's like, gosh, I think I'll set that. See the air bubbles. And I saw this the other day. There's a rat run here. I try to keep this guy's ponds clean and muskrats. And there's a hole right here. Usually it kind of comes and goes wherever those air bubbles that they trail back and forth. So the air bubbles a lot of times will be sticks or debris on the ground, but as they travel down through there, they make those air bubbles. So I think I'm gonna set a muskrat trap or two right here. Probably have a rat here in the morning, no doubt about that. So just thought I'd share that with you. If you like to muskrat trap, nice little tip. Look for the air bubbles, they trail. And they're a lot of fun, especially for kids. If you got any kids, muskrats are so easy to catch. I'm gonna chop that out, put a 110 in there, and we'll keep checking traps. Well, I want to share this with you guys real quick. So I drive this little road that cuts through here all the time. It's just a cut road through this CRP field, and anyways, I come through here the last couple days, and I've been seeing this trail, and I'm like, oh gosh, I gotta have a cable on that. And I've been kind of lazy, and look what somebody left me this morning, right in my four-wheeler track. So crossing right there, and it just kind of goes to show you I got a little lazy, and we're gonna set that. So I did set a cable on that, and they blend really, really well in that trail. And hopefully in the next few days or a week or 2 weeks I'll have one. But yeah, I would have liked to have caught that coyote there. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. Even I make mistakes. I'm sure we all make mistakes. We're human. And there's those little trails and stuff that pop, and you're like, gosh, I need to get off my four-wheeler and just take care of it. And I got called out on it. So I just thought I'd share that with you. I thought maybe it might be kind of interesting, but I catch a lot of those on these little trails that cut across, and that one there is not as real wide. So usually a lot of times the coyotes will step right on top of each other, and it's kind of got a V look to it. Those are usually a good coyote trail. Now there are some deer. I did see a deer track here, but usually the deer trails are a little wider. So hopefully maybe that helps. It's kind of a theory or a speculation I have. And yeah, look for the V trails. So anyways, I'm gonna pick up that dung and we're gonna keep moving. Okay, I found a trail that better illustrates what I was trying to say. This trail is definitely a deer trail. So you can see how big, thick, and wide. Now the coyotes will run that too, but it's so wide. And the other one was kind of like a V. It looked like a V. But this one's wide. You can tell this one's definitely a deer trail. But the other one was a coyote trail. Like I said, both will use these trails. But that one's so wide. So, anyways, like I said, it's kind of a theory. We all have our own little theories. But I know the ones that are real shallow and they have that V are definitely the ones you're looking for. So, thought I'd share that with you. Hopefully that better illustrates what I was talking about. And we'll keep moving down the line. Okay, guys, I want to share with you a new piece that I've been driving by, like I've been telling you guys, I try not to do. But sometimes when you work these larger properties, you got to hit the good stuff first, and then you just kind of trap things as you kind of go. So what I'm sharing with you here, there's this ditch that goes this direction. And there's this pond dam off this right here. And the first day I came by, I wanted to see if there was anything here. You can see how thick this is right here. they're gonna naturally use the cattle trail as a pinch point. This is what we call pinch points. So I did decide to set it today. You can see my bucket. There's this nice long log that comes across there. So anything that's, you know, is working this edge is going to go along this outside part of that log. That's just a real natural pinch point. They're already on the trail. So I did a trail set there. And sometimes those will produce overnight. And then sometimes you just kind of wait on the coyotes to come back through your area, depending on how plentiful they are. So when I drove by here, when I was setting this, this big property, I did notice there was some coyote tracks down through there. Another really good trail going that way. I could set it if I wanted to. But you get kind of the idea. I'm just taking advantage of what's already here, and I'm working that little area of the pinch point on the trail, and that will produce. That's a really good location. Not because it's just, you know, the more coyotes you catch, the more confident you get, and you just see little stuff like that in a completely whole different direction. So that's what stood out with me, the log that just kind of pinches right there. And then I picked 2 trails up. You can see there's a second trail right here. Otherwise I was like, oh, I really like that one, but I saw the second trail going down through here, and that's where we're gonna get him. So I just want to share that with you. Hope you guys like that, and hope that helps you guys in your trapping as well. All right, I brought you guys to another location and got a catch on here, and oh gosh, I love this. Super brushy. You can see how it drops off. Everything's coming around this corner. Really awesome cattle trail. And then same way with this, everything drops off, and you know the pond's froze now, but everything's coming through here. It's a super awesome location. This is probably my favorite set. So those creeks, they run back and forth. They cut through here, and real happy about this catch. This is be the second catch today. Nice deep catch. Looks like it's a no BS trap with Kendall Jr. It's a 4-coil on that one. Pretty nice little dog. Not too bad. He's gonna get aggressive. Look at him showing me his teeth. Really nice. Hey, if I'm gonna show you guys the reset on this video, I'll show you how I set it, and that way you can do it too. Well, I thought I'd share this with you, a little interesting information. So I was just doing the dispatch on this coyote, and as you can tell there, he has one of my cables around his neck, and that I had to chew out yesterday, and it was probably about at least 3 miles from here, if not 4. A long ways away, and I got that coyote yesterday, but he chewed my cable. So I'm really excited to get that back, and that's my cable, or at least part of it. And now it's no wonder he didn't scratch that off, but I just thought I'd share that with you. That cable is at least 3 miles away, if not 4. And I got my coyote. Anyways, I just thought I'd share that. It was kind of neat information. Okay, I think I have about everything I usually like with this. I have a piece of deer hide. I'm gonna use that, and I'll show you on it. And then I usually like a cow chip for kind of a backing. I like to kind of hide my hole. That's just how I'm kind of doing it. And then I'm probably about 6 to 8 inches off the pan. I'm gonna dig my trap bed back out, and then I'm gonna show with you how I'm gonna bed that trap. He did leave me a dropping, so I'm gonna use that. And I think I had a dropping the last go around too. So I'll either put it on the back side here or up here, it doesn't matter. And I'm gonna get my bed kind of open back up, and then I'll show you where I'm gonna go from there. Okay, well I have my bed about where I like it. I need it to step down a little more, but that's probably about where I'm at with it. I'm gonna probably put some dry dirt. Now let's try peat moss. Now, the fluff that was right here, I collected it and I put it in my sifter. Now, the bucket that I used today is my reset bucket. So everything that I catch today is going to have naturally animal scent on it. This whole area right here is going to have scent on it. So I use a different bucket usually. I'm going to try and get it to not wobble, which is kind of the goal here. And then I think I'll probably put some dry dirt over the top of that. I'm going to put peat moss on the sides so it doesn't stick, because we're going to have this freeze thaw and it's kind of muddy a little on the top. I think that'll keep my trap kind of working. And I just got to get it to where it doesn't wobble at all. Alright, I got it to where I kind of like it. I usually like the pan to be the lowest part on the trap. And it is sitting level, which is not how I like it, but I'm going to do it that way right now. And that's my pan right there. Peat moss is really hard to bed traps in, but it's a good drying agent that keeps your traps working longer. Now I'll pack the sides down real good. I spent a lot of time on just getting my trap bedded. It's really important for me. I didn't put a pan cover on the peat moss, so I've been doing that this year. It works really well for me. Not having any issues. And that's kind of what I like. I do like to put a little dry dirt on top of it. That'll help keep the wind from blowing it away. And then last but not least, I'm going to use this stinky stuff that I just pulled off the set. I'm going to lightly go over it because it's wet. I don't want it freezing tonight. There. Now, you can hardly see it, right? It's blended in pretty good, right? I'm going to leave I think I'll probably put my dookie right here, I guess. I usually a lot of times put it right here. But that's kind of where I'm at right now. I only go about 4 inches in for this bait. This is not a real potent bait. I'm testing this. It's a test bait for somebody. If you want to comment, I'll give you the comment who it is. But unless it comes available, I'm testing it right now. So going right there, and I'll probably box this in a little better. But I don't usually like to box it in too much. So that's where I am with my trap. And now I'm going to add my bait and lure. Alright, so last but not least, I have my deer hide. I've got a penny nail. I'm going to go to the right of it, just like that. I'm going to poke it in, nail it down, so you just can't run off with it. I've got a lure, a test lure that I'm using right now. I'm going to go right on top of it, just a little bit. This is kind of my call lure. Now I'm going to put my bait, which is another test bait. It's going to go in that little 3 to 4 inch hole. Now, what I like to do, this is just me, I could probably leave that just the way that it is, but I want him to work from this side here. So I'm going to move my cow dunk right over the top of it. Now you can't see the hole from your side, but the airflow would be grabbing it from this side here. I want him to work the trap on this side. Last but not least, I'm going to put a little bit of coyote urine right here. And that's that. And then I've been kind of covering my deer hide. Now I've got some mud, which I usually like to cover it with anything other than mud. Let's see if I can't grab some cow chips over here. And I just kind of covered a little bit. I like to keep them kind of guessing. And a lot of times if there's grass or something, I'll hide that. And that'll get them to kind of investigate a little closer. So that's that. This was the set that we used out in Kansas to catch all the coyotes when I was with Jason Vance. And this is his bait and lure. So I caught this really nice coyote here on Jason's bait and lure. I caught him twice, looks like. So it's a first for me. And then I just kind of polish off this set. And if you want to, you can put a step me here, but you don't have to. Okay. All right, so there's the finished set. You can see it. And now you don't have to do the deer hide thing if you don't want to. And I could have put the scat over here on this side, which is probably what I should have done, but you know, that's my finished set. It's the location's what makes this work. And there we go. That's how you harvest a nice coyote like that. All right, guys, I think I'm going to end the video right here. So I caught 2 today. I'm showing you some new sets, some new locations. Wintertime is my favorite time to be out there trapping. A lot of the deer hunters are packed up by now, and it's always my favorite time of the year to be going out. The colder it gets, the more the raccoons in my area hole up, and it only gets better from here. So I caught this coyote twice, once on a cable chew out, and a really good flat type set, mouse type set on a no BS trap with Jason Vance's bait lure. So I hope you guys liked that episode. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit subscribe. Otherwise, click the big thumbs up. I'm Jinx, and have a great day.